because he's considering pulling off a cold shutdown, but he can't be sure they'll get the reactors under control. The advisor shows them what will happen if the reactors explode, covering an area of 170 kilometers. This means forced relocation is a must for that circle, and the circle outside that reaches 250 kilometers must be evacuated and kept off limits. They'll become uninhabitable for the new few decades and the Japanese economy will cease functioning. Only the south and the north of the country would remain. Moments later, Azuma meets with the Minister of Defense, who has sent an aircraft for reconnaissance and decided further work is impossible because of the radiation levels. Azuma insists that pumping water from the sky is their only solution, but the minister is worried about another hydrogen explosion. Then Azuma points out that the country is in danger and they'll be vulnerable to foreign attacks if they don't solve this, so the minister agrees to send another aircraft to find an alternative. At the plant, the workers keep trying to fix the truck to no avail. Yoshida calls an expert to ask for tips, only to be told it's a complicated procedure that couldn't be done by only 4 people in the dark. The expert offers to come over to fix it himself, but Yoshida can't allow a sacrifice like that and hangs up after thanking him. Moments later, white smoke is seen coming out from Unit 4, apparently the pool water has begun evaporating. Meanwhile, Azuma is speaking to the President of the US, who had sent a message to all the Americans in Japan, asking them to come back. Azuma begs for the President to stop causing more panic, but the President asks in return for the disclosure of all information regarding the plant, and for the American nuclear experts to be allowed to sit in Azuma's policy meetings. None of the officials like it, but Azuma thinks it's a priority to stop the Americans from leaving. Moments later, the volume of white smoke begins to decrease, which is a bad sign because it means the pool water has bottomed out. Yoshida checks with the workers by the truck, but the hose still doesn't work. When they are about to lose all hope, the expert shows up at the plant, explaining he's willing to take the risk if it means saving his family, which lives in the area. In the meantime, military aircrafts are getting ready a new kind of material that will allow them to block the radiation at certain distances, so the Minister of Defense confirms to Azuma that he'll help. At the plant, Yoshida wants to find a way to get water to the 5th floor of the